Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
180! Watch 85! Hey, watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
They go play action. Mayfield. And his first pass is incomplete. Jarvis Landry, Pro Bowl wideout, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Mike 55! Here we go.
Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. The 30. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
To Odell Beckham Jr. Touchdown,
An 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7, Steelers 0.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Red, up. Can't block me. Alert, 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 alert. 99, check 99.
On the run, here's Anthony McFarland. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Ball carrier.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Trubisky. Short little throw to Ebron.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production. But I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
At the 38-yard line. A gain of a yard.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
But there is a certainty in this game. We know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there. And, look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete. But they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
They go play action. Trubisky sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. being the road team.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
All day, all day. 55's mine, guys, 55. You better be a
Back to it after the pick six, Mayfield. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And he took the ball off course.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how low can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
King. Check right. Watch 55. I'm coming after you.
On first and 10, Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And this throw will be intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
The ball carrier.
Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Squeeze, double.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I got wide. Check, 93's the mark. Alert.
Here's Trubisky to throw. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
Wild Bill.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
A gain of 29 yards.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game. And he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
The tackle made
just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's second and 2.
At the 13-yard line.
Regular. That's track.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
A pickup of
exactly
2
what
yards.
they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a first and 10 at the 11.
Here I go. Check, 55 to Mike. Hurry. 55 to Mike. Hey, pick your game up. Mark 55. Hurry. It's just me and you.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun.
Go, go, go.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Touchdown.
Kareem Hunt, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead.
The kicker on
Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He was brought down by Carl Joseph. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 48-yard line.
2nd down, McFarland. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
You got it. You back. Let me breathe for a minute, man.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Browns 14, Steelers 7.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. But it's brought in by Washington. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
At the 40-yard line.
18. 42's the mic, boys. 42. 42's the mic. Here we go. Mike's 4-2.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And a short gain down to about the 33. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He'll get this one to McFarland out of the backfield. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
That's a play that likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
180. 42. All day, dog. Hey. Lock in. Check 3.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
2nd and 3 at the Browns' 14-yard line.
They go play action with Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. That is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
3 yards to go.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Tight dog.
It's his tight end, Ebron. It's so close. He gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's first and goal.
Hey, ball.
Trubisky to throw again. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Kareem Hunt, the Cleveland ball carrier. Brought down at the 30-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
A 5-yard gain.
Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Now Mayfield lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Alert flare.
On first down, McFarland. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
This is a quick pass from Trubisky. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Ebron caught left side.
Trubisky's pass.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 15-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. 42's the Mike. 42's the Mike.
Trubisky will throw. And this will be caught by his big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown,
Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Steelers 21, Browns 14.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Letting one go deep for a Nunwa. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Thomas Davis.
Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So time for the 2nd half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On the handoff, it's McFarland. And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Ricky.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky rolling to his right. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He was held without a catch much in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. On first down, McFarland. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
14-yard line.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's.
Now the third-year man from NC State, it's Jalen Samuels. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
The ball carrier.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
12-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Cut. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Shift. Alert.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Check.
Mike 42.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
It's called Mike 42.
Hey, alert.
Now it's Trubisky.
Watch the out.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Intercepted.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Hurry. Hey, alert. Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Check.
Following the interception, Mayfield dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Steelers' 19-yard line.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
Sponge. No.
Now Chubb. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Mayfield with the give to Nick.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
12-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
He's coming. We got double up.
A give. This is Chubb. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Check Mike 21. Okay, just like that. Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Real. Here I come. Watch the twins.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down.
Point it right.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Run.
Fourth down, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. On the give, this is McFarland. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
With the score, Steelers 21, Browns 14.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Mike 42. Target.
Here's McFarland. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower. That front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
42's the mic. And we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
They'll run on first down. McFarland. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 38.
So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38.
Mike 42. Blue. You're trash.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Push them back.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Now a run with McFarland. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Anthony McFarland.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Go. It's run.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Check 93.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. That's to his running back, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Browns take over first and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had a nice little drive going last time through the interception in the red zone.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, That's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Stephon Tuitt able to get him for a loss of about 3. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Mayfield looks to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 30.
Mayfield's pass.
A big play there on 3rd down for the Browns.
A gain of 43
yards.
1st down, Browns.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
To Kareem Hunt.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 21-yard line.
He's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Complete to Antonio
Gandy Golden. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are back within a score. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
Steelers 28, Browns 21.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. We'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, McFarland. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Alert, 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 alert. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. He can't hang.
Now it's Trubisky. This is Johnson. He's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Now Trubisky. Short little throw to Ebron.
Trubisky.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Trubisky on the keeper.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote.
On the keeper.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Today's final
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Steelers, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.